let's move on. Since we've done the 5-corner blend, let's move on to this 4-corner blend. So in this area we have, and I will select just this surface to make it transparent so it's a little easier to see, we have a zigzag, so flat to a fillet to a flat to a round, that needs to be blended around a corner that goes from convex to concave. Okay, so first thing we need to do is once again, and I always do this, I always think about, maybe not always draw, but oftentimes I think about how I'm going to model or attack something, right? Just as a guesstimate before I start. So I'm looking at this, I see a couple of things. One, it looks to me like what I'm going to notice is this line right here. That's one thing I'm going to notice. So I know I'm going to have to go kind of up and over a hill somewhat right here because I'm going across this, so this is higher than this. So I know I need to make that S shape in there. So one thing I would like to do is create a quick sketch of what that's going to look like. So let's go with black to start. And so we know we have this edge here, right? And I'm going to say that we have this edge, and those just come right to that corner. Have to stop and start, yeah, right at that location, and also at that location. Okay, so we know where those have to start and stop. Now I see kind of a natural extension of this right here, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in, and I'll do that with maybe, well, let's use the yellow. So I'm just going to naturally extend that and naturally extend that. Okay, so then these first surfaces can stop right there. Okay, and the same on this side. That's their natural ending point. So this will be trim converted and this will be trim converted. And then we can quickly and easily put a transition here and here and create a nice shape that smoothly goes across there and nice and controlled in both directions. Now, I know that this surface has to come to the corner and, stop at least about right there, and the same for this. So I know that has to happen. Now, I kind of see, and I'll do this maybe with this light blue here, I think I might want to just keep this surface consistent all the way to here and just kind of make a curve that just kind of blends out of this corner and up into that line. All right. And then I think the same from this corner, just make it come across here and blend over there. So then I can use this little piece right here and this piece to make this surface. All right. And then I just probably will have a little bit of concern with that continuity across there, but we can make that work. So that's the technique I'm going to try to use. And now we'll just try to implement it, right? Okay, so I can turn my surfaces back on. I will turn that off and go right back to, I'm going to go right to this top view, maybe rotate it a little bit and just do a curve duplicate this edge of fillet and this edge of fillet. Okay, once I've done that, I can do a edit, extend new, this curve, I'll go right to this edge, same here from this curve right to this edge. Okay, surface edit, trim convert, and I'm going to just do view based. We'll try that, and we get 1 surface edge and we get 2. Okay, and I will put those 2 over here because we don't need them, and we don't need those curves. I think the fastest transition to put in here is to do a freeform blend just around this corner. We've got edge align on. We get nice CV structure right there. Okay. That's what we've got. You can see we're starting to get that S shape. Okay. All right. Now we need a curve here. Let's get our blend curves. I'm going to draw in from this fillet, right at that intersection point. Let's go G1, geometry, degree 3, right to this corner point. G1, controller, let's go this way. And I'm not going to make it perpendicular because I think that would put quite a bit of twist in there. I'm just going to go that way, and you can just see, I keep shading this so we can't see it, but just to make a nice gentle shape there. And as always, hulls, let's look at where our CVs are in comparison to our hulls. Okay, so right now, that looks pretty good. I might want to bring it back just slightly. And his friend over here, bring him back. Okay, let's do the other side. So we'll do this to right there. Again, G1, geometry, inline. Maybe it's just a guesstimate to right there. Turn on my CVs. I want degree 1 or tangency. Give me my modifier. Get my hulls on, see how I'm fitting. Now I know I'm going to have to extend this out to intersect that point. So once I do that, I kind of want to get an idea of what this is going to be like. I think this is pointing a little down, so I'm just going to rotate this a little this way. Maybe slide it out. Pull this guy back a little bit. You know, and you can take a little bit of time to do this because this is kind of, these are the boundaries that are going to control our ending surface. So back to the same similar technique. Trimming, I'll do normal this time. Okay, those are trimmed back. I'll take these, stash them over here. Don't need the curves anymore, and I've got my 4 sides. Right? So I'll take these, turn my hulls on, don't need those curves, yep. Surface, boundary square, doesn't matter what these are set to, I can set them all to G0. Show you how I would do this. Clockwise is typically how I go, but it does not matter. Okay, so now we get a surface that's stretched in there. I know along boundary 1, well, I could just ask for G1 continuity everywhere, right? And then ask for, along boundary number 2, let's ask for collinear. And now I might just want to go to my explicit control and say 3 by 3, just to see where I'm landing. And we get a couple little problems around here. So I'm now just going to ask for, well, let's just, if we give it some extra flexibility and we raise these to 5, what kind of continuity can we get? Okay, so I can get down to pretty close, within a half a degree. I'm just going to quickly look at this CV network. So I would look at this from this direction, okay, use my non-proportional view scaling and stretch this up, okay, and you can see how the surface goes up and sags down. So you could try and use some of these controls here to improve that a little bit. And I think that's kind of working, but it's pushing. When I see that move over a little bit, this is getting pretty small, but I think that looks pretty good. I might stay right in this view. Could lose construction history here. Well, I will lose construction history, but I might bring these control vertices just up just a little bit, okay? And I'm trying to be sure that each row of those is nicely meshing with its neighbors. Okay, back to regular view. Now, I'm just going to tune up some of my continuity locators, and by tune them up, I mean increase with my middle mouse button the number of checks so that I can get a really close look, and I'll just up my distance a little bit, or scale a little bit so I can see that. So at this point, I would probably come over here and move just one single CV. I've got pretty decent mouse sensitivity I would set, and just try to fix this. Okay, then maybe this a little bit. And I know I'm getting to a spot right now where I've got some choices to make, okay? And by choices, I know I've got continuity here and here. So what I'm going to decide to do is I need to bend this a little bit at this point, use up some flexibility in this corner of my tangency, all right? And to do that and to keep these perfect, I'm just going to up this surface's degree to 5 by 5, okay? Now what that allows me to do is pick these common control vertices and move them, adjust my tangency at that corner point until I use up all of, okay, I used up all the tolerance. I'll go to here, deselect, bring this down. I'm not sure if I had both of those control vertices selected. So you got to watch every little move here. Okay, every little move is very important because we need these to be spot on. Okay, if they're not spot on, like I just moved both of those and didn't have them perfect, we're going to start perpetuating an error that we can't soon fix. So we need these to be right on. Now let's move maybe to here. Pull this down. Okay, I'll do this guy. Deselect. All right, this deselect. So not all with one. And now we've got tangency on all those sides. Now, I know this is only tangency. This was a specific case that someone gave me that they wanted to see solved, and it has some good principles in here for us to learn and keep experimenting with. If we look at the continuity here, though, it's doing a pretty good job. I'll untrim this. And oh, we need one more corner blend over here. I almost forgot about this. So in this case, if I wanted to put a ball corner in here, I'm just going to first select all these and untrim them just to be sure I've got their raw edges. Okay, no COS over there, one over there. So what I like to do is extend these so that this goes past there, so that this can meet up here. And I can get both of these trimmed to the exact point. Then I'll get my curves on surface, which are required to make the ball corner tool function. And I think I might have one extra, yep, a couple extra over here, right? And we never checked this continuity, so we can just run a quick check. I usually just check just like this all my way along. We got a little tiny bit off in this corner. I think that's a trimming thing, so I would grab. And by trimming thing, I mean curves on surface maybe, or coming from a different software. Okay, so I just, as my first check, reproject those on. Oops. See if I can figure out how to project a curve. There we go. And edit, trim, and see if we have continuity. And we do. Okay, so that's just a little trimming error. You could check these little friends in here and see how they're doing. Okay, we got a little error on this guy. Where's that at? Oh, it's right over here at the end. Okay, that might be a projection error. I'm not going to worry about that right now for this demo. So right here, now that we've got these surfaces crossing this border, perfect opportunity, ball corner. Pick these 4. Puts a surface in, looks pretty good. Evaluate, check for tangency, tweak a CV over here, or probably just simply go up one degree and maybe check that. And there you go. Okay, so that's a way to put those blends in. One last thing here is we could just show you this trimmed up, delete those, editing, 3D trimming. Just get these last two. I think that will, oops, that did not trim it up for us. Just see if this works. There we go. So that got it trimmed up. Locators, make that one color, tune down my model, and you can see it's not class A, because if we put some highlights on there, it's going to have some goofiness in here just because of the tangent level that we're working. But if you just look at the smoothness, we go over here and look at maybe a diffuse, you get pretty good transition in there without, for just tangent, all of these are looking pretty good. We've got nice Bezier solutions in all these corners. Even if these were curvature, we'd still be able to make these blends using the same identical techniques. Okay, so let's give these a try.